Residents near the terminus of Maiden Lane welcomed the arrival of some hungry visitors behind their properties on Tuesday morning. Following the Sleepy Hollow fire of 2015, the vicinity was designated as a Fire Management Assistance Grant Project area, which has allowed for the implementation of numerous wildfire safeguards, including fuel reductions. Officials with Chelan County Fire District No. 1 decided to take an unconventional approach to this portion of the grant process by hatching the idea of utilizing goats to help thin the area's surrounding vegetation and curtail the risk of wildfire there.
This is a difficult drainage to mitigate the fuels in because it is so steep and has various fuels in it. We can't run machinery in here effectively, and it would be very labor intensive, and we don't have that manpower to deploy along here.
Chelan 1 contracted the animal labor through Billy's Goats and Targeted Grazing Services of Ephrata, who are employing approximately 300 of their Boer Spanish crossbreed goats for the task. The goats will feast on roughly 5 acres of fire hazard around the clock over the next week and a half, and there is certainly no shortage of selections for the cloven-hoofed connoisseurs to choose from.
So there's a lot of broadleaf sort of brush. There's the Chinese or prickly lettuce. There's some white top, there is the Chinese elm tree, wild rose, there is poison ivy, poison oak. I mean, they'll strip the bark right off a lot of these trees, and they'll be bending limbs over and, you know, using each other as ladders to climb up, and so they definitely go to work and they clean stuff up.
The only menu item on the weedy buffet the goats are not expected to favor is the cheatgrass, which they prefer to eat earlier in the season. Regardless of this singular exception, the animals are anticipated to make a big enough impact on reducing fuels that Chelan 1 is already planning to make them a part of their future schematics for wildfire risk mitigation.
Our long-term goal is developing a community protection line along our wildland-urban interface area in the city from Broadhurst up Maiden Lane along the western perimeter all the way over to Appalachia. We want to do fuel reduction and fuel thinning along this wildland-urban interface line, and that's going to be done with goats, with mechanized equipment, and with people.
In addition to the work of the gluttonous goats, the property owners along Maiden Lane have already seen other fire-wise changes taking place as a result of the FMA program, including the replacement of numerous roofs from flammable shakes to Class A non-combustible materials via an incentive program that offers rebates to neighborhood residents. Reporting for iFiber One News, I'm Chris Hansen.